Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to discuss a couple things. First, the idea of a Topuria versus O'Malley, and is that even a possibility? And if so, what weight class? But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Sugar Sean O'Malley wants Ilia Topuria for a champ versus champ fight. Is that possible? If I'm not mistaken, Dana White dismissed the idea. We all know that it's a negative. It's a negative thing for the company to have a champion versus champion in most cases, because if one guy wins and the other guy loses, what does that truly mean for that division? It's a smart idea to be thinking about that if I were Dana White, but I'm a huge fan of making these super fights happen, entertaining fights happen at the end of the day. Anything that sells pay-per-views. I believe Topuria versus O'Malley is a no-brainer, in terms of pay-per-views, in terms of sales. That's a no-brainer. This will sell a lot of tickets. If it was to happen in Europe or the States, it would not matter much. If it was to happen in Europe, let's say somewhere in Spain, I believe all of Spain would be behind Ilia Topuria, and generally speaking, perhaps the European crowd would be proud of a European champion, especially people from Spain. So this fight can happen in Spain. I know Ilia Topuria called for a super fight against a Conor McGregor at the Santiago Bernabeu, which is the home of the iconic Real Madrid, one of the greatest, if not the greatest club team, soccer, that is, of all time. I believe that stadium holds about, if I'm not mistaken, 80,000 people. Something like that. So imagine like a O'Malley versus Topuria at the Santiago Bernabeu, with in front of 80,000 fans. Of course, the idea of it is absolutely amazing. But what weight class would this fight take place in? Would it be a bantamweight or a flyweight division? It's a very interesting question. I'm also a huge fan of creating new belts. I mean, we have the BMF. Why can't we combine weight classes with a belt that ties two weight classes together, the one above and the one below, and that only creates more opportunities for more fantastic fights to happen and to truly test these fighters' skills against more opponents. So this is all only sharing of ideas. At the end of the day, I do believe that Dana White dismissed the idea of a champion versus champion. As I said, it does not make much sense for the company itself. When one champion, you can see when one champion gets defeated, it kind of looks bad for the division in many ways. But I'm a huge fan of creating new belts and kind of combining these weight classes in an indirect way, like with weight classes with the one above and the one below with some kind of a belt, champion versus champion. That would be a really cool idea. Will this happen? Only time will tell. Who does O'Malley fight next? I believe the opponent is very obvious for O'Malley, and I believe Dana even confirmed it. And all fingers point towards one guy, and that's Merab. So there's that. He has that next. I believe he has to focus on Merab, and super fights are going to have to wait for another day. But the idea of it is absolutely spectacular. Topuria versus O'Malley. I can't really pick a winner out of this fight, just because if it was to happen, Topuria, his power is just on a different level. I mean, you take out Volkanovski, then you're absolutely on a different level. That's I believe Topuria gives perhaps fighters in the lightweight division hard time. And super excited what happens for Topuria next as well. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe for more.